I'm so excited for today's reading. It's outside. And also skip if you don't want to hear this. Timestamps are below for the pile selection part. But I'm so excited about the setup. I have my sticks, sticks and the single weird item. And I have a portable charger so the camera won't die. The wind is with us. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. We'll see. And I think if it gets dark, I'll be able to plug my light. Let's try it together. Let's try it now. I'll be able to plug my light, which is attached to the stand that this is on, in a really weird but cool placement. It's like, instead of it, like it grips to stuff, but instead of gripping, it's just kind of placed and a bit wrapped around. So there's a sense of like the collective energy having such like a comfortable placement. It's not forced. It's like a resonance that just allows things to fall together. You're not just getting messages from me, you're getting from so many elements today. Okay, this is the... Wait, did I turn it on? I swear I turned it on. Wow! Yes, the light is working. Can you even see that difference? Ah, you can see it like on my neck. If it gets dark. And in 1 hour, I will go get my ovened sweet potato. Maybe that surely it's going to be longer than an hour. We'll see. Okay, I think that's my weird happy intro done. And we can see that one's not yet. We can see the, I was going to call them birds then, the bees, the birds and the bees. Maybe we'll see birds. Maybe you can see some in this tree. Which tree is that I'm pointing to? I think it's the holly tree that I'm pointing to. Yeah. Holly crossed with an oak coming through. And this one's ash. And this one's oak. And another oak. Actually, that's the same one. Actually, I don't think I know what these guys are yet. I think I used to, but I no longer do. No longer with this new brain of mine. Okay. Stick time. Stick and weird guy time. Let's get them nicely laid out. You know, for the first time in ages, I don't know how long it's been since I've showered. Like, I feel like I'm like more in a role with doing readings that I'm kind of like forgetting a bit more. Forgetting, I don't know, it's just a new energy. There's a lot of newness in this collective reading, for sure. Especially, there's also some sadness. But it's like a, you know, some sadnesses, it's like maybe a feeling of like not even wanting to see other people happy, like fine for them to be happy on their own, but or maybe not, depending on where you are in the feelings. But what I'm thinking of now is when you don't want to be seeing like or around like too much like energy. This would be a kind of feeling that's more, you're okay watching energetic, or like you're okay feeling uplifted, like if that's natural, but still kind of in like a bit of a wonkies. Okay. I feel like I had something else to say about that. Can you hear the starlings? Ah, we're outside! Okay, I don't know why I felt like I couldn't do this before. I think I even tried. And it was like a... Oh, I did do a little one over there, but it didn't. Which means it did. Okay, welcome in, pile selection. So, pile number 1 is this bramble stick. It's attached here, but barely. Can you see how smally so? It's like, it looks like it's a bit more attached, but actually it's really on its last legs. Okay, so that's pile number 1. Can go there. Then pile number 2 was, this is the order of which I collected them on the walk. This is pile number 2. I feel like this is hawthorn. It looks a bit like an antler. That's making me think of not fern or fern. Can't think of her name. Oh, pile number 3 is the one that just snapped off on screen. No, this is the other antler. Ah, it's even more like an antler now. The snapping off is a good thing. It makes something more playful or beautiful. Okay. Then pile 4 was this one. I don't even know if I'm gonna do all these piles, but feel free to choose them. When I start collecting something, I just can't really stop. I did stop though, actually. In fact, no, I stopped after. I did, but now it's not even when I'm getting into, like, it's hard to speak in a painful way. It's just, and this could go with I think that pile 4 is still. It's not like hard to stop when in a painful way, but it's just like kind of blank or obvious. It's not an obviousness, it's just like it's clear, very, very clear. Not really painful, just not really anything. Okay. Pile 5 is this chunker, which I feel like I might carve. So if you see a new carving, or if you see a carving that in a future video I say is new, then it could be this guy. Dun, 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 dun. The starlings are like, pick that one! I like that. It's not a feeling of like, pick me, it's a feeling of pick that for pile 5. And then finally pile 6 is the non-stick. And, ooh, non-stick, like something that's not sticky but non-stick. What is that, like non-stick paper? Oh, like parchment paper for baking. This one is attempting to be a stick, to blend in. He's undercover, so actually I'm gonna call this a pick a stick reading, because this guy, he gets to, I'll pretend that that I don't see him here. I'll pretend that he is a stick because he wants to be a stick. I'll know that he's not, but I'll pretend to see that he is, because the truth is that it's a snake skin with rope attached. In my head then I just said, or like went to lick it to like prove, like, see, it's snake skin. Like snake skin would be fine to lick, but I don't know what I'm saying, but there's a double bluff because it's not snake skin. I had something to say about this. Oh yeah, I guess I'll say that in the pile if I remember. It's gonna be in a while though, so I don't know if I will remember, but I'm not gonna say it now. This guy wants to be mysterious. And I really want to throw it, like, shall I? And then I'll have to find it. Because it will be dark, so we'll be walking around. Okay, I know where it is. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, 7 steps. Wait, what pile was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 large steps we'll take. There's also something to be noted about how I'm sat on rocks for that pile. Could be anyone here if you resonate with that message, but I say that like that's like a really obvious message. Maybe it is. Maybe it's confirmation for those of you also sat on rocks. Like, ah, that's me. There might be people sat on rocks together. This is the same day as yesterday's video. For you, yesterday's video, which felt so much calmer. I like feeling different energies, but also we're just outside, so it's happier. Always happier outside. Okay. Not always. Always. I feel like I won't be able to do readings. I feel like maybe I'm just too... No, I'm ready. Did you see the bee? Readings! Okay. Do we do a collective reading? Oh yeah, also I don't have any cards. Because... rain. Because it could rain. Slash... As I was... Before I decided to... No. After I decided to do the video. I feel like this is... Who cares about this? But me, I care. After I... Oh, he's so cute. Very close. Brain going in too many directions now. Well, just one. Just imagining what would happen if the bee like went inside my ear and started like licking the wax. Like as if it was the I just went to say honey then. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it started raining after I had decided to do the video, but before I had actually got the stuff out. So it's a refresh. And maybe a little drops of water on where I'm sat. Okay. Sun. Shall we begin power one? Let's begin. Welcome in, Power 1. I will note that there are no cards for this reading, but the sun has come out for you. I think that's why I needed to start quite abruptly. Well, not really abruptly, but I'm gonna say slightly abruptly. The sun is very important for you. Okay, I think there's something for you in, like, you're realizing a force within you that oh, I just saw a leaf drop at that. I'm gonna get it. One sec. We have no cards, so we shall make do with the objects which float to us. Which feels like you're reading. It feels like there's like something that you're becoming aware of that is so natural that doesn't require you to like jump outside of yourself, and it's so a part of you. It's like a natural essence that you have that is so like needed for sanity, and I feel like the difference it will make for your life, for I'm hearing like your own maintenance. There's something about words being quite like box-like for you. So we have an ash tree leaf fallen for you. It's quite small still, and it's not cut off like at the stem. There's no stem here, which makes me think like this is a process of remembering you're having of what that stem is, and the realization that that stem is what makes you feel so much more grounded. I'm getting an image of like without the stem you wouldn't be able to stick it in the ground, and even though you wouldn't generally think of sticking leaves in the ground, it's like you're being repositioned. It's like not something that you have experienced before. Like you have experienced having a stem, having a sort of attachment or maybe routine or something that feels rigid. Like I was saying with my speech, it feels quite box-like. There's something about you finding a rigidity that is like where you belong more, which may feel more grounded, may feel less in trees or maybe just like family trees. Maybe this could have to do with ancestry or family, or just a place or with those that you used to be connected with, and are replacing in somewhere which feels more open and yet there is still the same type of structure. There's the same type of stem that's being rooted, but and breathing life into you, feeling like that is what makes you feel nourished. It's just a very different layout. It's a different origin, but if you trace it back really far, it's the same place. Like, for example, love or the planet. It's like this, the tree still has the roots going down and are collecting the life force of the earth. I'm gonna say it like that. Don't come after me, future me. Collecting the life force from the earth, the tree does, and then the tree gives that to the leaves, which I'm also saying are separate than the tree right now. That being I'm seeing a crow fly by. Yeah, and then there's a death, the crow, and that shedding, the leaf falling, and then the rerooting, which hasn't happened yet for you, so you might be feeling a bit out of sorts, like you're very unnourished, or you're very like on your last legs, like the leaf didn't begin having fallen too, so maybe you are still attached to the tree and you're very soon to fall, and then that replacement will be something where you're still like getting that nutrition from the earth, but instead of it having to go like one step backwards, it's straight to you. So all that to say, you're being replaced and finding your own truer connection to something both stabilizing and nourishing. A stability, a groundwork, a framework that is closer to home, or closer to like a fulfilling energy. I don't know if fulfilling is the best word. Son, that feeling. It's the And there's a feeling of like before the sun sundown. Those could be significant or synchronicities for you. I see a fly birding by. Before the sun came from out of the clouds, or before the clouds moved away, there was a sense of it being very cold, like really not feeling connected to the sun, forgetting that life force, forgetting that warmth, forgetting that feeling of feeling warmth and energized. And maybe safe, maybe you didn't realize that you weren't feeling safe or weren't feeling happy. And the sun coming out all warm, you didn't realize how cold you were. The sun coming out is not just like a gentle like glow, it's like a vibrant I heard like all becoming. It's a feeling of like it's very unmistakable, and there's so much. Another leaf just fell. It's not just about how like the place that you'll fall into will be nourishing, but it's also about like that's from the ground up that you're feeling connected, feeling safe, but then it's also the sun from the upwards to the ground or upwards to you, and both are so apparent. So this could be a really, really big shift for you. Maybe a lot of you have been feeling like you really needed this too, a sense of being very ready for the sun and for the ground. Those are two pretty nice things to have. For those of you who feel like leaving now, that's the reading. I love you very much. And bye-bye. There's something about that. The and bye-bye. And bye-bye. Bye-bye. Rabbi? Ha! Okay, that's really cool. Another leaf just fell, but it didn't just like fall like this one. This one fell and it literally like stuck into the ground, like we were saying. It was propped up like this. That's the I was gonna say that's the only thing about outside readings, that I will just get distracted by so many more things. Like there's a couple flies there. 5 flies, 6 flies, 7, 8. I almost said 9 then. So I need to find a 9th. Well, I don't know if that was the 8th one. I mean, one of the others. Fly. 9 flies. Yeah, I will get distracted by more things, but it'll all be synchronistic, so it's like, it's just a different kind of reading style. I'll just be saying more random things, but then you can be being like, okay. Or you could be like, oh, how lovely, and I don't get what this means, but it's lovely. Or you could be like, this is not lovely and I do not want this. And maybe that's very, very relevant for your reading, with that theme of letting go of like a major way of relating to life or placement in life, placement within yourself. The thing I got before the flies, oh yeah, also just the number 9 just sounds like before, just before the end, or the end. Yeah, the end, but just before the beginning. Yeah, before that I got drawn to this snail shell, and it sounded like glass. I couldn't tell then for a moment. I thought that, on first instinct, I thought that was a bird sound, but it was just the tree creaking, I think. Yeah, there's a feeling of, it's like a divine spark that, okay. I think the main message of your reading is like a breaking off from that which you were once attached to, which might have been quite destructive or neglectful, painful to be in. Like the spikies of this. Oh yeah! I love that. The way I threw it meant that one of them landed on the other side of my fence and one of them landed on like this side of the fence, but kind of attached to the fence, and thus not on the floor, but like hooked into the fence. It's not necessarily a feeling of being held. It's that feeling of like almost there. It's like you're not even on the other side of the fence, you're on this side of the fence, but not touching the ground yet. It's like that leaf that is just that leaf, it's not with the stem yet. The roots haven't formed. And there's something about how I dropped this when I was trying to show it to you. Dropped the glass shattering, and that's quite dangerous. Could be. Jackdaw. I feel like whoa, what's that? Oh, that's that guy. Anyone from a couple of readings, the scratching, like the carrion crow that has bits of grey and brown in. Flew close. See, okay, there's something in this. If I had been in my room, it would have flown like right over my window, and it would have been so much closer, but now it's there. I was wondering if it was going to land on one of my trees there. Well, actually, not my tree, but just a tree, you know. Love a good tree. But it flew right by. So for the sake of the reading, we'll say it's my tree / your tree. The one that you wanted to see up close, flying so close by but not landing. And now I'm hearing others by my lane, actually on the lane, but I'm by it. What is that? There's that sounds like the thing I was saying just before, like the actually not my tree, a tree. there's something about how this message, it's like close to being about the glass shattering, and I just realized how like leant forwards I was, and it didn't feel nice for my back, which feels like it fits for this, because okay, that's what it is. It's like there's a sense of returning to returning to your upright position, as opposed to being so like ready. It's not in ready, set, go position, but it's in like everything is okay position. There's nothing that I need to grasp onto. I guess that's the main message of your reading. I feel like there's nothing that you need to grasp onto, which is interesting, because that's what that... I just heard a branch breaking. That's what the... That's why I can't get out of my sentence. I need to take it off and show you. That's what the bramble stick, and I think that's the first time I actually said the name of this, which is so powerful. It's like the first time you're saying your own name. You bramble stick. Or you half bramble stick. There you go. What was I saying? Oh yeah, when you take your hands off the reins, when you take your hands off the fence, off the grip, off the, like, I'm so close. It's like the, no, I'm not needing to be in any one position because it's okay. And a feeling of allowing yourself to breathe and to straighten your back into that which feels like you are secure and that which feels like you again. Yeah, it's like the final letting go, the final... I was gonna say the final breath, but then I was like, that sounds a bit ominous. Ooh, ominous is a good word. Now I feel like cutting myself with it. Shall I? Yeah, that just feels like death. And I'm kind of seeing like a phoenix like being birthed from the blood. Which is interesting, because it's like, it's not like like I got an image of chopping myself in half and then myself birthing as a phoenix. It's an energy of like a part of me is phoenixing. And I think that's what allows such like an understanding of why it is safe to let go, because it's not that you weren't already you, it's just a part of you needed to die, a part of you needed to be let go of. The phoenix isn't you becoming the phoenix, it's the phoenix that was inside of you that there was like an attachment to, and that is the letting go. The phoenix is that which you are leaving behind. Maybe the phoenix is like the stem that was within you, that was attached to the tree, and you're letting go of that stem, and that is the ability to fall. Now I'm seeing a seagull. Oh, and a cat. Hiya. Another seagull, but flying in the other direction. The cat is just walking along the pathway. Maybe a zigzag pattern is significant. That way, and that way. Could you see that? Yeah. And he's gone. Ooh, that sun is making my eyes sting. I wonder if you're feeling now like a cross between invigoration and also depletion. Like, it's like when you get that like bright sunlight, it's so nourishing, but it's also like a reminder and an allowance of all that which is not needing to be attached to fall away. And so there is a sense of like rest that comes with that, just like a sense of how we use our energy during the day and then rest during the night. It's a feeling of when this is like the opposite of what I was trying to say. I'm getting really tripped up on this, and it's an interesting experience. I wonder if that's like what the fall will feel like. It's like kind of after you let go, It's like things happen for you, and a sense of like kind of going in, like not a slide downwards, but like a slide that goes in really weird directions, because it's not a type of movement that you've experienced before. It's not a type of energy that you've been attached to before. You were attached to the tree, which was attached to the ground. You know what the ground feels like in part, but not fully as you bramble stick or leaf or ash leaf. And even the word ash. That's what I was trying to get at earlier a bit. It feels less relevant here, but I wanted to say something along the lines of like I was seeing the potency of being on the ground and the potency of the sun, but then I was being so drawn to, oh, and I didn't even say anything about this new shell that I picked up. It's like a whole one. I was gonna say, with no snake inside though. There was something about how it's like the ash tree and the sense of like being connected to divinity that this tree can speak to. There's a lightness to her, which felt like maybe that is the part that helps you like retain your sanity. Oh, that's interesting, because that was from the ash tree, which is where you're from. There's a sense of like lightness of foot too. It's like, even though I've been saying this stuff like grounding and the potent sun, it's like the actual feeling, or like, okay, it's like that's what is surrounding you. That's that like intense box that helps you feel so taken care of, and like you don't need to be looking like, how do I create the entirety of my reality to hold me? It's like, no, oh yeah, the reality can do its own thing. I don't need to know what this flower is called. I don't need to know every single cell in all the things around me. I can just be me, and that is the feeling of like the ash tree that you are. There's that lightness of, and I'm and maybe that's a big difference of like what you're moving into, not needing to create your box so much or caretake for the box, but having, it's like you don't need to be like on guard watching when the tree is gonna suck up the energy you need. It's like, oh yeah, the energy, I have that, and you can change that word energy to whatever resource you resonate with that being. But yeah, there's a sense of, while you are being taken care of by the planet slash influences, like the life around you being different, the you of it all is so light, is so like feather-like. I think I might do a feather reading after this. One of the feather readings earlier, it's the one that has uploaded today for me, but I have planned videos. I don't usually do this. I usually just upload when they're done, but I kind of don't like the idea of like too many, or like more than one per day, so I have them staggered. So I think there's a cute feather reading a few videos ago, and next I think I'm gonna do another feather reading, but with different feathers. Is that very relevant for your reading? Maybe having like that sense of security, because I don't have to click on those new videos. I don't have to like publish them. They're scheduled, so there's a feeling of like things already just working automatically. Brain just people. And possibly animal companions with them. Could that be significant? People and happy animal companions. I feel like I'm pointing that way because I saw a message over there. Oh, it's because I was looking over there when I was trying to say about the readings, the scheduled readings. Oh, my mind is completely gone. But there's such a feeling of safety that I'm still in. Like sometimes in different energies, I'll be like, oh no, I need to find the message. But here it's just like, so I could just sink into the energies. And I feel like that is what you're falling into. What you're allowing yourself to... I heard like feel a few things, but the one that I'm going to say is feel accomplished by. Accompanied by that energy. Oh, I like that. That's the energy you're accompanied by. It's like a loving unconditionality, a loving... space. I think I want to keep it simple. A loving space. Whether you see that outside or within, you would know. Is you. We're already on 35 minutes. Okay, I think I'm going to end your reading there, pile 1. But I say that now and I'm already looking. So those of you who want to leave, bye. Video is finished. A wink. I wasn't trying to wink with my first time, with my first eyes. First time, that could be significant. But it is the first time being on the ground. Oh, there's a little small bumblebee. I don't know my bee types. I wouldn't say it's a honeybee though. It looks too bubbly. It's way louder now for those of you who have heard it in other videos. Ice cream! We all scream for ice cream. See, I'm now like not, I'm more in like a googly to get more people to leave so we can get the last message in. I'm waiting. I love you people here. Oh, it's reminding me of the crow I said I saw, who's a bit scuffed up, has a bit of brown and grey to him, because this looks like that. Or maybe you should do a pick a shell reading next. Not with this guy though. He's just unique to your reading. I think there's something that you would value that is just unique to you, or maybe a sense of peace that you can fall into when you remember that you'll always have your own energy, or there's something of a security blanket that you'll continue with. For some of you, maybe that's, I'm thinking of like a particular animal companion, or a particular item of clothing, or a particular person, or a job, or multiple things that this could be. Hair, skin, planet. But I think there's something of like a being able to feel safer from, it's like from your love of something that is very unique, or very just, there's only one of this. And it's only being used here. So it could also be like not something that's continued, but a sense of safety that comes from something that won't be continued, something that will be let go of, something that will just be in the past, and that be it. I think that's more it. And maybe with me trying to get at the fact that it was like a sense of safety of like what you're kind of trying to cling to, like bringing with you. It's more of a feeling of actually the safety comes when you feel like it's actually okay for you to let go. It's okay for things not to come with you. It's okay for you to change and for your environment to change, and everything that can possibly exist to change, and a sense of safety and love that comes from that. Yeah, I like that. The safety in like I wanted to say like the safety in the unsafety, the stability in the mutability. Now do we go? Hi ho. Up to you. Okay. Pile number 1. Bye bye. Yeah. for be free, stick of the we kind, or it might have made more sense to say of the tree kind, but it wasn't a tree stick. Is bramble a kind of tree though? A bramble tree? What's the difference between a bush and a tree? And now I'm staring at, I wasn't staring at this because of that first, but then as I was generally staring, oh I love this, this is a cool feeling. It's like not seeking for the thing you're searching for, but allowing your natural gaze to fall and then realizing what is in that place, which is a shell, another shell, but it's like gripped to the fence. Some of you still gripping? I don't think so. This could even be about pile 2. Okay, welcome in pile 2. You have the cool antlers. I want to put it on the other side too, so there could be something about balance or a lack thereof here. I was thinking that this would be more abstract or more content than it is. There's a feeling of perhaps you not having seen the like spikes for what they were, or maybe you're viewing something as more natural than it is. I'm being drawn to all the like scuffs on this and how this is kind of like breaking apart, and I hadn't seen that before. That's the primary message of this part, the fact that I didn't notice that. I feel very grounded in your energy. I feel like you know yourself very well, and you might be like stepping into more of an energy of allowing that which is broken to be broken. Yeah, and the way I did that, I kind of felt emotionless doing it. Not like a feeling of numb or being like detached from like love, I want to say, but more so having a sense of sturdiness that like other things breaking doesn't make me feel like I am breaking, or that I am to blame, or like I need to change anything. There's a simplicity to the process of for some of you conflict, for I would probably say most of you like external influences. I think that you're not feeling like external influences have the sort of grip on you that maybe they once did. Maybe this is a particular external influence that you're allowing to really show its true colors. I think you're feeling very unbogged down, and if not right now, this is definitely the energy you're naturally like inclined to be in. Now I'm seeing like a recliner chair. Oh, you really don't mind what's going on, do you? There's a feeling of glee. Now I'm thinking of Glee, the entertainment thing. I don't know what it is, but in Community I feel like they reference Glee. Communities could be significant. Maybe it's within a community that you're not minding the influence of, or the harshness of. Like this has loads of spikes, but like each time I see it, I'm not really bothered by it. I'm aware of what it is. There's that like grounded sense I said you have. I like your energy. It feels like tethered to oneself without being like unaccommodating or unaware. There's a strong awareness you have of your surroundings. Maybe you've struggled with feeling okay when there are like sources outside of you either telling you that you shouldn't be feeling okay, or that just aren't okay themselves. Maybe you've struggled with that, but this feeling is not that right now. The feeling you're either in or just floating into, very, very easily, might I add. what is it? Because I keep seeing like a color blue, like a very light blue, but it's very healing, very refreshing. Oh, I'm thinking of, what is that? Oh, I don't know how to say her name. It's a titaness who rules over, or like is associated with, memory. And she's the mother of the 9 graces. And she has a connection. It's like It begins with an M, but I don't know if you even pronounce the M. It has an appearance and a word. I think it might end with an E also. Anyway, she rules memory, and I think she's linked to down below the underworld, which re-jogs memory. I feel like that's the kind of blue pool feeling. I wasn't seeing a pool though, I was seeing more of like a stream down. Okay, so there's a sense of like, you haven't had, oh, that pool, did I say it? I think I said re-jogs memory. I think it helps you remember memories. Okay, so there's a sense of you not having like fully remembered or fully realized something, but it's like you've remembered enough to remember that you haven't fully remembered. It's a feeling of like you're not so wrapped up in whoever or whatever this or these external influences were. You're not so wrapped up in them that you can't recognize that you're wrapped up in them, but you're not so like out of the rough and tumble that you're in the pool of like, I'm completely fine. Yeah. It's a feeling of like you found your footing, but maybe like you're still a bit wary, or like, oh, this is a good thing. I'll go directly to the source. Okay, I think that's the main message from that. But the thing that is the source that I was trying to get the message words out of for was a song. It's by McFly, and there's lyrics in it that say like, I'll be right there behind you. It's one of my favorite songs, I feel like. Maybe The Heart Never Lies, or I don't think that's it either. It's kind of annoying me that I don't remember. Basically it's like very wholesome lyrics that are saying like, if you fall, oh yeah, if you fall, I'll be the one right there behind you. And I just always hear that like, haha, I was the one that pushed you. Maybe I'll link that song so you can hear it through my ears or through my eyes. I feel like that could be significant for you, because like through my eyes, because of a feeling of like empathy this reading pile has, but like not really being in that, but not being detached from it, but like maybe slightly questioning if you're detached from your own feelings, but just because maybe you're feeling good. Snap. Even while, yeah, it's like a feeling good within some like destructive energies. It's like I could feel really sorry about changing the reality, changing the life form of this stick, but I don't feel bad. I feel quite enjoying of it. I don't know if it's enjoying of it. It's more like I'm just enjoying myself, and this is like a side product. This is just happening. I might be the one creating it, but it doesn't necessarily feel like I'm responsible, or it doesn't feel like I was really the one creating it. It just feels like I'm involved, or it's more like someone's idea of you. I feel like it's like they've created a you that they're in conflict with, but it's not actually you. So you're kind of now able to, I like this, you're now kind of able to see them in conflict, and also the you that they're in conflict with, and feeling outside of that, like can just wave hello to both of them. Whee! Ooh. Maybe like something that's so fast that you can't tell what it is. I wish I could have seen that though. Maybe something went by really quickly. Or maybe you were so fast that that they couldn't tell what you were. In and out. Oh, isn't that like a Inside Out? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. In and Out. Maybe that's... Oh, isn't that like an American food place? In and Out? Because of like the way it's processed through the body. That's what that is named after. Okay, this one's a bit too hard to snap, which just makes me want to snap it even more to prove my strength. Is there a bit of like a competitive streak in this? See how strong I am. Snap. Oh, this had no chance. Look, there's like a hole in the center. You know, wait, maybe it's not a hole. It's actually like a string of metal. So that's like proving strength doubly. Maybe someone out, maybe they're trying to, I'm just gonna say this is people. That's just easier for my brain. You can swap it if that doesn't apply. And I'm really wanting to see if this can be pulled in for you, this particular tree plant. It's so close, but oh, it fits, you can see. La, 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 la. I think it's a type of willow. The proving strength, yeah, maybe it's you that's competitive, but maybe it's, I'm feeling like that's irrelevant right now, and that the point of the message is that they might be quite competitive, but again it's like they're kind of being competitive with like an aspect of you that you're allowing them to be competitive with. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Maybe they're trying to prove their strength. Maybe they see you as someone very like worthy of competing with, like you stand for something, and so it's like they want to be able to break that. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like they can prove their strength, but if they really want to prove their strength, they have to use something that is like hard to break. Final spike. Is this the final spike? Yeah. Hee-hee-hoo-hoo. Chop. I think that might be your reading. Pile 2. I love you. If you're leaving, then leave. Bye bye. Love you. Hug. Oh, that made me think of an owl. For those of you, like the hue of an owl, like Athena. Snap. Oh, that was the most satisfying snap. And it wasn't to prove my strength. It was just because Athena told me to. I don't know. It has something to do with Athena. It has more of that grey-eyed, greyish look too, which Athena can be related to as the grey-eyed one, I think. It brings in a sense of peace here somehow. I feel like I got really riled up in that energy and didn't even realise. And I think that might be what you experienced. Like now you're stepping back and realising how much something had shaken you. How much you had been, I just had taken advantage of. And also maybe simultaneously, like, I don't know what this is, but it feels a bit more sad. Or it's like in snapping your own stick, you realised what had been done earlier. Oh, my heart now. It's an interesting feeling, this, because I feel both like, yes, heart, but also a little excited, or like my mind is wandering. It's wondering where I'll wander off to today. Yeah, there's a play that you're feeling. I'm seeing a squirrel, not in real life unfortunately, but maybe that's a bit of this energy too. It's like, unfortunately. Okay, I'm starting to tap into an energy that has other readings on my video, on my channel, like directly talking about. So I'm gonna move into pile 3, even though like my heart is starting to get into that feeling. Maybe that's also a part of this experience, like trying to move away from one's own heart. And maybe when you speak the words, it's like you remember all the previous verses. Okay, I'm gonna end your reading there. Okay. See ya. Love ya. Namaste. Oh, the final snap wasn't a very satisfying one. I should do a carving pick-a-pile, like I'm just carving. Yeah. It's nothing. I just felt like carving this and I was like dee. I'm also like just thinking of ideas than doing them. Why did I say that? I don't like that I said that. Seagull, so close. Come on, you can do it. You can land. Welcome in, pile 3. We're currently looking at a seagull, wondering if he's gonna land. Oh, so close, but then he kind of got and then he got so close to landing. He was like flying above and kind of hovering above the house. Then he flew away. That might be all some of you wanted to hear. So close, but no. Some of you might relate that to the past too. I also want to say, what was your emotional reaction to hearing that? If that struck. If not, I think the reading might still apply, but I think that's going to be significant for the majority of you. Okay, so your stick. Yeah, I think there's lots of like disruption in your reading, but it's quite obvious. It doesn't necessarily feel distracted. It just feels like that's going on, I can point to what this is. You might feel like you're inclined to get a bit like riled up about certain things, but then you realize it's okay, maybe that's just it. You might just be feeling a bit riled up about certain things. I just noted that it was more of like, I'm not really in this, I'm just kind of almost pretending to be. So some of you might be realizing how you want to direct your energy more intentionally. And even that phrase felt like I was going with the flow, or I was still waiting to see what happened, which felt like it, like your reading began on that, like what is gonna happen? Is it gonna land or not? Okay. I feel inclined to mention also in your reading, I'm not going to use cards because I'm outside and it might have rained and I didn't want them to go on my cards, which feels like there's an energy of excuses here, and I don't know, you'll probably know if this is you or not, or if it's you, or maybe if that seagull represents someone else to you. Ooh, there's a carrion crow who's flying. It's the guy, unless all carrion crows just have a scuffed, like, pieces of, like, brown and, or browny black, no wait, browny grey feathers on them, in like patches. I think it's the same one, so there could be something, and I'm getting like angry at that in your energy, so there could be a sense of like, this again, or something continually, like, playing around, or I heard something with the word joke, but it wasn't like it was funny, it was just like, this is a joke kind of thing, like, are you actually kidding? I think there might be a call for you to detach your energy, and those of you who feel like that is what someone else is feeling called into, I don't think that's going to be most of you, and actually I'm not going to read for that part, and I think that is the message for everyone here. It's like a sense of not needing to read on like those that aren't the focus. And I think the focus you're being called into is more of a self-focus. Spirit quartz could be significant for you. I just kind of saw a light floating up through a small tree, and then I heard or saw spirit quartz. But that's not what it was. It was the essence of it. You might be really connected to the essence of something, but not the form it's actually presenting to you. There might be less to what you're seeing than what you're being shown, maybe internally, or knowing internally. There's a frustration here. I just saw an image of like myself, like a different version of myself, placing a flower, that's the one, in my hair. There could be something about that's the one, and there also could be something about starlings, maybe because they're really chirping out their senses. That gives me a feeling of like exuding one's own energy to a fault, to the degree where it's not actually really coming from anywhere, but it's like exasperation. I'm seeing like a guidance to going back into like not the solar, not the sacral, maybe more the sacral. It's like a combination of the 3 lower chakras, and seeing them as like a light spiral, like allowing yourself to be refilled in some sense. But it's not like a shot of energy, it's more like cycling your own energy. You know how I was saying there's like lots of, okay, this is happening, and this is happening. I think the focus is like what's happening with you. I think you're getting frustrated, that's what's happening with you. I like the energy because I can feel that you're not avoiding the frustration, but I think you're not dealing with it either. I think it's showing you something that you're not wanting to fully I'm hearing intellectualize. Okay. You might have heard that there was a third snap. Maybe one of the things that really allows you to feel more in balance again is the first step of like fully recognizing the feeling you're in. Because you're definitely in it, but maybe you're not aware of how much you're in it. And really seeing what that is would help. I think you're angry with certain situations or certain people. And there's a sense of like your energy still being open to that. And that's what's causing the anger. I think that anger won't go away for you until you like don't allow that energy to, or your energy to still be like okay with that treatment. There's a sense that you feel you've been mistreated, and your body telling you that very clearly with the anger or frustration, but there's still not being a full following of what that's really telling you, and like a feeling of maybe like being more lenient than you feel like is in your power to be doing. You might fear that if you... Okay, no, I want to rephrase that. What do you fear if you stand... Oh, not even that, yeah. This is bringing in more of like a positive outlook, maybe outlet too. What feels like you're respecting yourself most? Or what is the anger about? And then say it's like a feeling of disrespect, then that being the key, that word respect. What you're feeling like hasn't been done for you, maybe that's more like justice. Then what is the opposite of that? What, like, say you feel like you've had injustice and that's why this feeling is coming up for you. What would be the justice? What would that feel like? What would that look like? Maybe for some of you it would help to seeing those that you do respect or see like holding their own sense of value more. If they were in this situation, or when they have been in this situation perhaps, what would they do? How would they carry themselves? This feels like a an energy of like puffing out your chest, straightening your back, and like deciding who you really are, deciding who you want to carry yourself as. It's like carrying yourself with more love, with more, I want to say respect. And I'm not trying to push that, but just saying I think that's what this emotion of yours is wanting. That could be it for your reading. Oh, yes. Okay. Is it? Yes, it's that simple. Cool. Love this energy. It's quite power remembering. Okay, yeah. Bye bye, pile number 3. Yeah, sticks to heaven. And I'm hearing like stick it to the man. Is that it? Take that as you would like. I'm going to now get my food, and then I shall eat it here, and then I shall begin pile. Oh no, I didn't keep the previous sticks out. I don't remember. 4? 5. Pile 5. Wait, no. Yes? But I feel like I said it was... No, it was 7 steps, but I don't remember if I said 7 and then went like, actually no, it's 6 large steps. Or if it was 7 large steps. I feel like that was pile 3. I think next is pile 4. Okay. Sweet potato time! Yeah. Not full sweet potato time. Potato. Ooh, it looks larger than I thought it did. It looks like a mushroom. It is a mushroom. I was lying. They don't smell too strongly. I have a little bit of sweet potato because the entirety was not ready. It was in for an hour. But alas, it was a large sweet potato. But this was just the end part. I said in an earlier video when I was eating that I felt like it would be less like awkward. I don't remember what I said. Eating like with the camera faced on. So this is the test. It feels weird to be doing this after like the angry pile. It's like cooling down. No, but it's not even cooling down. It's actually I'm heating up. Yeah, it's weird. Right, that's why. 1 minute so I can remember what it was again. Because this is the energy of heat, so it resonates with that of pile 3. I don't know why I'm like suddenly so happy. What's that about? I kind of do, but I kind of don't. It's like I do, I can see it very clearly, but also maybe this is how you'll feel pile 3 after you take action on the thingy. Maybe you already have, maybe that's why this is here. Oh, 1 1 1 1 1. Yeah, no need to more said be done. Why did I add the word done? Because that came after. That had a capital D and before was a full stop. Now I shall talk about my foot. Look, these are my favourite trainers and they're too big for me, which makes them so nice and not clenching my feet. But they're breaking. That's why I don't know if you'd have heard, but I went like when I was walking over. Oh, it's trickling with rain. Oh, just a little. Now I think it stopped. No, it's still trickling. Cool. So if the camera turns off, it's just because the water will kill my phone. The trickles of water. That's a message in case you want to interpret it. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, that's why I made that noise, because when I walk with these, sometimes I trip over them. And that's what happened. Heat me up. I was debating, do I take my shoes off? That's what I'll say instead, okay. I'm now excited for when these fall off, because then I'll probably just walk with them without the rubber. And people will look at me like, what are you doing? And I know this because I've done this before with previous trainers that I've loved, and that the rubber has completely fallen off of. But I'm remembering that they didn't last long. It's like the holes came in them so quickly. Maybe I just have to be careful where I'm walking. Maybe I should just stop walking and just like wear them on a tricycle. That would solve the problem. This was in the ground. Oh, it looks like a star. It's a cross between a star and a butterfly. I like finding new ways to eat. See if I can like crumple the insides to the degree where I don't scoop it out, but I can just like plop it onto my hand. Did you guys notice that? I said, whose reading did I say? I saw myself putting, that was the pile before you. I can see some of you relating to both, but I feel like if you relate to this one, it's like you'd be next going into the previous one. I saw myself putting a flower in my hair, and I had seen this colour. Oh, cool, it fits. Sometimes when I try and put flowers in it, they just like immediately fall out, but... Should I do the thumbnail now? Instead of like with one of the sticks, it's like pick a stick reading. I will surely do like a pick a food reading at some point. Okay. It was less satisfying than I thought it would be. And now I have to mould it. What should I mould it into though? That's the question. Into whatever it wants to be. It's it's reminding me of the best game, which is, what's it called? New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And on the first island and the catapult, which is so close to the best level of that entire game, which is the Yoshi level. Is that the best level of the entire game? Probably the best level of the entire game is the the bones floating train? The floating bones thing that you have to jump on, and then you have to jump over the lava. So yeah. In like, is that World 8 maybe? Oh, I'm thinking of another one I like too. Maybe one day I'll complete that game. I like starting games from the beginning. I'm more of like the cardinal, like love to begin them and then also love to end them, maybe. Okay, that's my shape. That's the canon. It's the shape of a love heart. I eat the heart. It was the heart of the potato. I didn't know potatoes had hearts. Isn't that like a potato type? Heart potato. I feel like it's not. What am I thinking of? Two things dropped then. One was the piece of potato, and another was something I didn't see but fell from above. Okay, Pile 4 time. Welcome in, Pile 4. I'm really intrigued for yours. Yours has a gentler energy. Oh, it's flopping down. I think there's something of like a blessing in the grounded, quiet energy. I wonder if you've come from a lot of either yourself or others being very energetic around you, and you're so ready for a space of rest, or what you're currently in. It feels very solid and quite quite like slowly moving, like rocking back and forth. I think your stick was the one I most wanted to click, to pick, and yet it's the dirtiest, and I'm wanting to say the least stick-like. That's not true, but I feel that. There's such a grounding energy you have, or I don't know that I generally call it grounding. It's just very nurturing and slow and smooth and holding and loving. I think you're in a very gentle space. You might be feeling quite artistic. I'm hearing this has to do with something particular for you. I'm just thinking because I was being told that you're in a space which is feeling quite lost, and yet it's that feeling of being lost that enables you to be in such a holding energy, because you're being shown directly how you can be that for yourself, that energy very prominently, either for those down the line who will experience this energy too, and you having held yourself through it enables you to then more thoroughly help others through it too in the future, or in the present, you being on that vibration helps you also be able to hold those on that same vibration or similar vibration too in the present. But I didn't want to say that because I said that in like the last video or a video before. Recently I've said that, not that particularly, but just an energy of being a waypoint for others, and relating it to a carrot of being both underground and in the dark in some sense, but also the one that gets to be somewhat in the light. And I don't want to say the light for you. I think that's why I was like stumbling a bit there, because this doesn't feel like I'm the dark and the light. It's the feeling of like I'm in the dark, and with that comes such like a smooth womb type of feeling. Maybe you're quite connected to womb energy right now, or I wonder if there are deities associated with the womb. Maybe your planet, like Gaia, you're particularly feeling like, I don't even want to say like falling into, because this feels a bit more like a resonance, like that is me, like I feel like her, like I feel like Gaia, or I feel this way. You have such a gentleness, but I'm being shown you in maybe other phases of life where you have more energy, or you're different, or around different people who are different to you. Take the parts that resonate. I feel like you're discovering what kind of tree you are, and what different climates and different gusts of wind do for you. And there's a bit of a dandelion seed floating around. It feels like there's a blessing you're finding in maybe something that felt like was more dragging you down, but actually was just a natural essence you had to flow with, like lower currents, to flow with maybe a slower pace or a smoother pace. Maybe you can relate that to feeling a bit darker or thicker, or like more dirt, like it's maybe rougher. Maybe you're finding more of a love of like an earthier feeling, or way of being, or way of looking, or expressing, dancing. I'm hearing dancing through life from Wicked. Yeah, it's a cool feeling, because it's a feeling of like like ordinarily I would view this as being like dragged down, but it's not that feeling. And I'm particularly wanting to note the flower in my hair for you. It's like there's a Tauran energy to this, a feeling of like a steadfastness that is also so beautiful and so like pleasing. I think you're integrating more of the part of you which feels very holding, all encompassing. I don't know if I said this word already, but it keeps coming to mind, the word girthy or girthier. You're embracing that part of yourself. Yeah, it's in a way which feels so like appreciative. I just want to bring it back to Tauran energy. You might really resonate with like Venus or Aphrodite. Or I'm thinking hell, and I was thinking hell like H-E-L. I'm pretty sure that's her name. Loki's daughter. I just got brought to Fafnir from Dragon Maid. I don't know the full Kobayashi-san no Chisama. I don't remember. Dragon Maid, an anime, and Fafnir is a very dark character, and he's very comfortable in that. Like he doesn't want to move away from that, and he's quite stubborn too. Maybe Scorpio energy you're enjoying too. It's like a cross between Taurus and Scorpio, I feel like. Yeah, there's like a dark appeal. It's not even like a feeling of like I am in the darkness and I'm embracing the darkness because this is just a cycle of life and I know that things will get lighter. Maybe it is that for some of you, but I feel like it's more of a feeling of like, no, I'm actually like intentionally like riding into these waves of darkness. It's not like a it's not a stagnant, static energy. It's like a, oh, I love this. Oh, this feels like me. I'm also being brought to Rowan Tree, which I'm thinking is like the counterpart, like the dark or masculine counterpart to... There's a bird watching. He's on top of the... What's that called? Chimney, above the chimney. Oh, you could really resonate with chimneys. Soot. Yeah, Rowan, like the darker masculine counterpart to Hawthorne, which feels like a, I don't know, more like a devilish. That's so funny. Now a seagull just swapped with the jackdaw, and the seagull is on top of the chimney, which is like when I was describing Hawthorne, which is more of the light version. Okay. And there's a carrion crow at the end of the house, is the roof. Okay, and suddenly I'm being really drawn to like eyes. Suddenly felt tired then. This would totally be the pile that like has an aesthetic of like tired eyes. It's like that's the jam, like that's the stuff. Or like scars, or I'm thinking even like acne scars too. There's like a coolness to this, which I wasn't getting before so much. I was more getting like a more womb feminine feeling, but now I'm being brought more into like a sharper, more toned sort of darkness. So maybe you dabble between the both. And I'm now remembering that I forgot to look at what time to go and check my sweet potato for, because this feels relevant for your reading somehow. There's like, I think it's the the like largeness of the sweet potato, but also like it's the in-between feeling I'm thinking of, because it's a root vegetable underground. Yeah, you really might love the underground. Oh, maybe Persephone. Oh, what's her other name I'm thinking of? I guess I'm not thinking of Demeter, but at some point they were kind of like maybe one, maybe Poseidon too, or Hades. Kore. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Kore. I love that. I had forgotten that I have a personal like love of that, or I have a creation that has the a special part is called kore, or perspective. Yeah, there's something about perspective that's strong here, because I think you've had a big shift of perspective, and it might be one that has been becoming for a long time. Maybe it's a sudden one, but I feel like recently you've made like a big step in this integration, or in this embrace. I feel like it might range for all of you, like the speed of this, or like the suddenness, or the like how close, like when. I'm even being drawn to my leg hair. I feel like you would also be the pile that would like love the depth of like body hair. You might really love your own hair. I'm also thinking of period blood now, like menstrual blood. Just maybe loads of 8th house stuff. Okay, I keep being, or like slowly, yeah, it's like, it's not like a sudden like loads of things to say, but I was just being drawn to then like Pluto, and then I was thinking, okay, I could just keep finding more things that are just like dark. Like, I'm not really getting anywhere with this, but I think that is a part of the energy, because I had a bit of resistance to that thought pattern here with this energy, because it feels more like, no, there's an embrace of this like steadily finding new things to resonate with, or steadily making progress in this area. Feels like you're coming to more and more acceptance, and that acceptance is like a draw in. Tattoos. And I thought of that after first, like I had an energy, and I didn't know what it quite was, but it was like something to do with the hair, which was like, it was like intentionally weaving energy into the hair, but I couldn't see anything particular. It's not like I was really seeing like some people weave like stuff into their hair, right? I'm thinking of Jack Sparrow now. But yeah, I just think it was something I couldn't comprehend. So there could be something about that. If you got anything from that. Yeah, I keep just thinking of more like random examples for you. But again, I want to say it's like, it's not super sudden, it's like a steady progress. I just got an example of a feeling of like you get something just as you just after it's been like so long that you haven't been to do with this energy somehow for a while, then you get an inspiration, and then it's like you remember the love of it, or you fall more deeply into this energy, and then it's like it might take a while for the next like jolt of like, oh yeah, or like maybe it's not a jolt, but it's just like a gently diving in further feeling. It is like a wide cycle, or like waves that aren't really close together, just there's a length to it. And I almost just went to snap your stick, but I don't feel like doing that in your pile. But oh, I love this energy. Because it's a feeling of like, I know that I just did something because I heard the click inside it. There's a shift in the makeup of this, in that internal, that like the underworld, the underground, the inner makings of something, the womb. It's like the internal shift has been done, and that has actually created more solidity, or like I just know that things are different now, and I feel like I love this stick that much more because of that. Yeah, that made me a bit emotional. Yeah, I wonder if that brought up more emotions within you. I'm even thinking now of like the Earth's crusts and like other forms of seeing like the insides of something. Bumblebees could be significant. Well, I wonder if it'll go into my flower here. Mr. Bumblebee. Ah! That scared me. I wasn't expecting to be scared. It's like I had forgotten. Oh, it's because I think I was like focused on the jackdaw that was flying by. I'm not gonna wait, but that could be something for you. I'm not going to wait. Like maybe some of you have been like waiting for that next dive in. But it's like allowing for the natural course of things to flow. Okay, yeah, I'm really, this is the energy. It's like, it's so trailing off, and it's a bit like, are we gonna not feeling? And there's this sense of just allowing the nature to take its course, which is the thing I just said. Okay, I'm gonna really end your reading then. And now I shall go and really check my sweet potato, because now I think it will be ready. Bye bye! was so tempted to bring this the snake stick over with me, but I was like, no, I gotta wait. I also made it so much harder than I needed to getting this because I was trying to do it without putting it on a plate and while holding it, and because the bottom is sticky and I didn't want to lose the wonders of the stick, I've refused to put it down, so I was like trying to chop things and get a bit of the inside of this out to then put peanut butter and tahini paste, sesame paste. It's not quite tahini, it's like it's not blended enough inside, and like snap off the lettuce pieces from the branch, the lettuce branch. What is that called? I can't think. Yes. Yeah, take that as a message if you will, because I kept saying it over and over. I kept saying I made that way harder than it had to be, or something along those lines. I don't even remember. I obviously didn't say it enough. Is that also part of this? Like, I said it over and over, but obviously not enough. It feels like self-defeatism feeling, though. It doesn't feel like it was coming from a true place. Oh, my brain is like, how do I do this? I'm wanting to like stick some of this in the peanut butter and sesame paste, but I don't want to eat a lettuce first. Again, it's like this is so simple and yet I'm making it complicated. This wasn't even for the cucumber. Ooh, nice and melted. Ah. Tastes good. I don't know how to eat on camera. It's like I don't know where to look. It's like as I'm talking or in a reading, I don't know. I can look. Maybe some of you... No! Maybe some of you here feel like you can't look. The juice! It dropped on my trainer. Luckily I love my trainer, so it has a bit of the other thing I love on it now too. What is the song I'm hearing? It's a very like progressing song. The only words I'm like hearing, I'm possibly not even hearing, because I'm still also questioning, is it even an English song? I feel like it's an English song. Never go home. I don't know that there's even lyrics there. Never go home. I go. What is that? The sun is still out. What am I, like the way I'm trying to do this, it's like I don't know if this is the, like for the reading, like the energy I'm all picking up on. I mean, surely. But okay, full stop. But it's like I'm wanting to tell you, like, make your mind up, or like, what are you doing? There's a feeling of like you're not really trying, and because you're not really trying, it's a feeling of being very distracted. Like, I feel like you might like want something and be trying to do something, but you're not really here, or you're not really trying is what I'm wanting to say. Like, do you really want to be doing what you're doing, or do you really want the thing that you're after? Because then I think if you put your fullness into it, you would be acting more like with precision. But I was feeling more like with your soul, or I don't know, there's a level of like authority that you would feel into that would feel good for fill in the blank. That definitely felt like the message, because now I feel competent. In eating my food. Wow, juice. What is that song? Is this related to you? Oh, it's a My Chemical Romance song. It's Go Planet I'm thinking of. I think that's what it's called. It's got like exclamation marks in it. Or Planet Go? Oh yeah. I only recently found and got into My Chemical Romance. I feel like I'm a bit late to the party, which is good, because then it's like the party's no longer there and you're just on your own, and it's like, ah, bliss. Or with just like the cleaner uppers, and it's like, oh, this is the real stuff. Okay, I'm really satisfied now. I'm happy I remembered that. And now I'm thinking like, oh cool, I have a thing I want to do after this reading now. I still feel I'm a bit back into more like incompetence, like, oh yeah, what am I doing? Like, the feeling is like I'm trying to pretend to be doing something. Like, I'm trying to pretend. It's like I'm trying to figure out what you want me to be doing with this. I'm kind of wanting to like slap you on the back and be like, okay, what are you doing again? Like, because I feel like you yourself might be accustomed for your own childhood safety, social safety, to always mutate towards what other people want you to be. And this is a feeling of like me looking at you like, okay, how do they want me to eat, or how do they want me to use this? And it's making me like not even know what I'm doing. So there's a strong message here of like, what do you want to be doing? Like, why are you holding this? What is your way? My way or the highway? I just wonder if that's someone's fear too. There's a feeling of like, if you feel like that's a fear because that's what you've experienced outside of yourself, it's like actually accommodating that more yourself. I felt take that as it resonates. caught the dribble before it fell. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, yeah. So many dribbles. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I had to say. I said that when I saw it, but could not fully have words for what it was that I was seeing. We're getting there. Hard. It's like you just gotta say the things you do know. I love that for like, if I feel like I need to write or I'm trying to, I want to create but don't know what to create. It's like, okay, starting at the start, what do I feel? Okay, I feel like I want to create something. What kind of thing do you want to create? Like, probably not food or not this, or probably like this. And it's like, okay, from like this or like this, and it's like continuing. So it's like I could say the word like hard. This was I don't know. I feel, what is that energy too? I feel like maybe you act like, I think you might have had a safety in what's coming to mind is acting the fool or acting less competent than you are. But I think I want to change that to not less competent but less of an authority. Again, like being someone's sidekick as opposed to being a side partner, like a like not a sidekick, like you get kicked, but just, you know, a wholeness. It didn't become as soft as I was expecting it to, being in the oven for so long. That's what I was trying to say. It's so the color orange. It's so cool. Food is so cool. Existence is so cool. Color. I like color. I quite like a color. I heard that, like, I quite like a collar. Take that message as you will. But I'm thinking that is the same energy of like, you like knowing, you like being someone's sidekick. Like that's the safety that, like a coping mechanism of feeling like it's safer when others are controlling you in some sense, as opposed to you being off leash. I'm thinking you trail in from pile 4. 4, yeah. For some of you, maybe like looking at what your like fetishes or fantasies are, like sexual desires, what like those like more raw compulsions, those desires are, they could really illuminate to you like what your body craves, what your energy is really wanting, the energy, the type of energy you're wanting to embody more, and then allowing that to like clarify to you how you can be more of that in, I was gonna say waking life, like as if sexual relations are like when you're asleep. I guess dream kinds. Maybe others too. Surely there's like a species who mate like only when asleep. I've kind of been like saving the best till last. But is it really the best? I guess I'll have to see. I had forgotten about the sesame seed paste, and I had only remembered the peanut butter. So when the sesame heed my word, when the sesame seed hit, I was like, ah! Good stuff, good stuff. Ah, food is so good. Wee. I'm seeing the Rydor rune. Why does that? That's what that song makes me want to do. What am I thinking of that from? Don't know. The last piece is gonna go in. Actually, in 2 bites. I was gonna do 1 bite, but it's gonna be 2. Like squeezing it and seeing the juice. I just remembered the end of pile 4, so. Tasty. Ooh, what will pile 5 and 6 be now once I am filled with loveliness? A tomato. I feel like a cherry tomato. Ah! What pile are you called? I know you're pile 5, but I don't know why I don't want to call you that. Welcome in, pile 5. I'm almost certain. And I wanted to call this the Sword of Truth. It does look a bit like a sword, like a cleaver. I don't really know what a cleaver is though. I'm feeling, I was just imagining like people who play games, or I guess not games, but people who are into weapons. It's like they're looking at this like, oh, that looks like this. I heard like rite of power, not rite of passage, rite of power. And I was unsure about calling your pile 5, even though I'm also sure that it's 5. Or it's like, the feeling I'm being put in is that you're both extra confident about something, but also like extra not confident about that very same thing. Kind of cool energy. So this is the biggest one, biggest of the bunch. What is this energy? I'm wanting to ask you, like, what have you known for a relative amount of time? Not a long time, but you've been aware of it for a long time, but not this aware of it for a long time. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna get really frustrated at this. I wonder if that's your energy. Like, I can't tell what's going on right now. I wonder if that's the circumstance. I'm really noting the clouds. I feel like you feel like things don't make sense, but that's not actually the energy I'm really put in, or the words that are coming to my mind. I'm just seeing clouds and trying to interpret them. So I wonder if that's what's happening. Like, you're just, like, you're not really acting based or feeling or knowing based off what your intuition is telling you, but rather it's like you're seeing something and then you're trying to like guesswork what that would mean. For some of you, you might be like, I'm seeing like coming out of a place where you had been very disconnected from yourself, or your own intuition is coming through quite strongly for you, and you're finding your own like way of relating with like signs and synchronicities is what I'm getting quite strongly. Or that might not be it at all. It could just be a way of relating with things outside of yourself, or even your own inclinations from within. There's a sense that you're like being called more into like an openness to discovering, as opposed to like throwing ideas at a canvas and seeing what sticks. It's like a feeling of like, wait until you know, as opposed to trying to guess at what it probably is. I feel like even hearing that could be really frustrating. Don't take what I'm saying if it's not resonating, is what I want to say there. And if you know it resonated but it still frustrated you, why was that so triggering? Like, there's a feeling here of like, I like the shape, but I like the shape, but it's like it's scraggly. It's like it's not cleaned. Which is making me think it's like you're looking in the right area, but like with the wrong perspective. I called it the sword of truth. I was gonna say then, it's not very truthful looking, is it though? It's not very clean. Like, you'd think that a sword of truth would be quite decisive. I feel like I will continue to get very annoyed at myself in this reading. Do you have that about yourself? Like, I think you go to, there's like an extremities or both sides of the spectrum that you have, where it's like the start, it's like extreme confidence or complete lack of. So I feel like there's a call to question, are either really true, or maybe one is more true than the other? Which one is the truth? And I'm wanting to give a prompt with that of like, which one is serving you? Or what do each of them serve? Because there's a service for everything, there's a reason for everything. So what are the reasons? Be that like safety or pleasure, or like, what do you gain? What are you gaining? Or trying to gain? Like, what is the purpose that they're trying to get at? Because I feel like that will bring you more to like a middle ground of, oh yeah, that's it. I feel like you're trying to do a process of elimination in some way. And I know I like mentioned that a bit earlier, but I have more clarity on it now. So there could be a sense of like, again, it's like you know you're in the right area, but you're trying to really like understand. It's not even trying to understand the truth, because that feels like it would be like, I have the truth, I'm trying to get it. It's more like, what is the truth? Like finding more of like a, I don't know how to say this energy, but I'm seeing like a pinball machine and like the needle like moving, or like a roulette spinner circle thing, and it like you spin it and then the thing good words, that's all I can say. Okay, I think that might be what you do. It's like a feeling of like trying something and then beating yourself up for trying. And with that, there's a sense of like asking, okay, so why are you trying, or what are you trying for, and why are you beating yourself up? Because I think the answer is the same thing. I just heard someone say, how'd you know that? I love perspectives. I feel like that's the energy that's wanting to be brought in more, like a love of finding, or of not knowing, or of questioning. Because I think that actually brings you more into a stable sense where you feel like, oh yeah, I don't have to be questioning. It's a central point that doesn't feel so like yes or no. It's just, it's simpler, or maybe more complicated, but more harmonious, or there's definitely a sense of ease that comes with it, but it might not be an ease you're familiar with. To you, it might not make sense. Nests or baskets could be significant for you. I'm looking at my hanging basket. Or my mother's hanging basket. Maybe that's significant. It's like I felt like it was mine, but actually it wasn't. And maybe you're trying to find if that, then with that metaphorical example, it's like, oh, was it mine or was it hers? And it's actually more of like, it was neither, or it was both. It's the kind of feeling where you'd like get an epiphany on this, and like if you're trying to search for this answer, it would be harder to find. Because again, I think it's like you're trying to find an answer that you're familiar with, or that you have experienced before, but this is a new experience, this is a new energy. I feel a call to saying I'm not using cards in this video. What did that feel like? I don't know, but now I'm being drawn to footballs and walking sticks. Patching up. Patches. Patchy. That could be someone's name, like a pet's name or a teddy's name. Patchy. Oh. I don't know if that was actually me getting something or someone else getting something then. That was cool. And again, it's like the actual answer is kind of more both. It's like, well, yes, I did get something then, but also it was them getting it too. And it doesn't actually have to be like I was picking up on theirs or they were picking up on mine. It's just we were both in the same area. We were both tapped into similar vibrations. And maybe there is more of like a direction, or like where that really came from. But at least here, there's a strong sense of like, opening the mind to be able to receive the third option, the kind of like what if. There's a bit of a feeling of like, but it wouldn't be that, would it? Or like it can't be that easy. But could it? But could it be? I'm thinking of blue tits and also owls. But there's like a specific kind of owl. Why? Why is it a specific kind of owl? Alder tree. That just made me sound like, that made me think of older as in O-L-D-E-R. Whoa! My brain was able to say those letters quite quickly. Usually when I'm trying to spell things, my brain is a bit more like... I feel like I've just repeated that many times in my brain. But it came out differently that time. It's like I can only hear it. I feel like such a message, like it's not able to be repeated until you realize, wait, it can be repeated. Or because there was something in like, I thought that I couldn't, so then I like let go of trying to do it, kind of. And after I had already tried that like second one that didn't really work, but then this time it's like I felt like I did it. It was so different than the first one. It's like I wasn't actually copying the first time. It had a similar kind of tone. It's like it was recognizable as the same, but it was so much more like square-like or full. I actually got taken to an image of like my partial dream energy, or like a moment in future that I like to think about, which surprised me because again there's like a simplicity to this. The border could be significant. I mean, that's not what I was thinking of, but I was just then thinking that kind of sounds like the thing I've been saying, like it's not one side or the other, it's the border. It's the reason why both of them exist, why they're not like a one thing. It's like a this is this and this is this because of this middle thing that maybe isn't even a thing, like you can't maybe even grasp it. It's just like this add this equals, it's not even equals this though, it's like the reason why two things can be added is because they're separated, and that separation is the key. But actually it's like, because there's such thing as separation, there's also the ability to like not perceive that somehow. It took me into a weird place. It's reminding me of mantid energy, where it's not like that trail of thought. It's like there was a way that I am more familiar with, like epiphanies I could re-express there, more of like that opposite energy. But instead of it me saying like, because separation exists, also unity exists, it was more of like a side trail, like a diagonal line of more going into it. It was like actually creating form to that which is abstract, seeing the formation of that which before could only be perceived as abstract because of like the way two things combined, question mark. I was about to say cool images I'm getting though, but they weren't even that cool. It was quite a mundane looking at atmosphere I was shown. Not atmosphere. I was basically just being shown like countries. The idea that there can be a country. Like a country song. I'm getting really into an energy again that I think I won't, like, say I were to watch this, I'd be really frustrated. I don't think that's true, but I'm just in like the it's like an ungrounded feeling that makes me want to like root you. Like some of you might have had the video on but like forgot. It's that kind of energy of like trailing off of it's like of not being that tangibleness. It's of really floating in abstraction. What was this all on about for you? That's what I want to say. What were we talking about? I feel like there might be pain that comes from settling into that, because I think it might bring awareness to a feeling of lack. It's like an antsy feeling of like meditating would be difficult in this energy. Like you might keep getting the inclination to do something or to move about. It's a feeling of like being excited, but maybe like without taking, I think it's like an excitement, but then it's like not wanting to look at all the details involved. Maybe I think it's a feeling of like I want to stay in the possibility of this, and when I look at the details I feel like I'm reminded that I can't do this, or I can't have this, I can't experience this, like that it wasn't possible. So there's a call to bringing both of them in, where you're looking at the details, and just because you don't see what to do, it doesn't mean that you have to let go of that, knowing that you can find that. It's like allowing, again, it's like that opening to the allowance of new information or new reasons to show you how or that it is possible. That feeling that you're connected to when you're more outside of that like details energy, that feeling of love, or that feeling of lightness, that feeling of joy, that zest that you love, bringing that in to, okay, like let's make it happen, or let's bring in those details that are maybe sometimes painful to look at, like bringing that into account. It's like just using the lightness as fuel, not like they contradict one another. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave you there because I feel like that could be a good trail off. I felt like I saw someone then. Okay, cool. Love you. Bye bye. It's still not dark. Pile. Oh yeah, I was keeping this because maybe carve it. I kind of want to turn the light on for pile 6, just because I have a light, so I can. I like that. Because I can, and no other reason. Let's get pile number 6. I had only remembered to do the, like, count my steps on the way back. Welcome in, pile 6. Yes. Oh, it looks like an angry face or like a sad face. 2 eyes, and this is like a very big mouth. Okay. I'm wanting to unbend it with you. I feel like that might snap it, but I'm gonna try anyway. In case you didn't hear that, that could be a message for you. Like fearing something not working. I feel like you feel at work. Some of you are from Power 5 and you're like, yes. Disregard that if that's not apparent, but there's a feeling of you having a focus and really wanting to try something, even if you feel failure is prominent or a possibility. There's a feeling of like you being ready at work. Like I'm like in a crouched position for you. It's like I'm focused, I'm ready, I'm also like ready to like jump up, feeling like the feeling of like I won't be here long. I had the word like spiteful, or maybe despite. Now I'm looking at a stingy nettle. There's something like prominently about deception, but also about how when I saw this, and I thought I was going to forget this, but I didn't. But there could be something about forgetting, because I thought I was going to forget this story because I chose not to say it earlier. I chose not to say it in the pile selection. But then, and when I went to collect your thing, I forgot to count the steps on the way there, which was what the point of it was. It was for like if it was dark and I couldn't see, it's like, haha, let's just count how many steps it is to it in that direction. But then I counted the steps on the way back. Like, that has no purpose, it's just fun. There's something about playing with the idea of fun and also maybe deception. We'll see. Maybe if this hasn't resonated yet, then I will say nothing for that, because I don't know why. Is there like a call to remaining open about something? I don't think so. This feels like a theme. I feel like some of you are grasping at straws. What's that phrase called? Grasping at something. So the story of this was one I don't even remember, and but what the whole thing I was saying was like, oh yeah, I remember, but actually I don't. I had called this multiple things like that weren't a stick, but it's trying to pretend to be a stick. Someone might be really like, either you or someone else might be really like lies upon lies upon lies, like trying really hard to deceive, and it's like because of how hard they're trying, it kind of makes it obvious. Yeah, that's why there's like a message of what is this energy too? Okay. Bear with if you want to, but there's just a feeling of like, this is not a reading. I'm not going to use cards for this reading, by the way, but I can't even think of the story either. There's a feeling here of like not being able to keep up with all the like half lies or full lies, or like, what even is this? I think you're being called to breathe and recenter to a certain lightness. I got brought to quite an angelic feeling. Maybe looking up too. There's a feeling of like, instead of trying to swim, just allowing yourself to float to the top of the water first and like get a grip on where you are. It's like maybe you're trying to swim forwards without knowing where you were swimming to. So again, seeing a cat. I want to say calico cat? Calico? I don't think it even is. That just came to mind. Like, I'm almost certain it's not. It's the kind of cat that looks like the Egyptian ones. I forgot what they're called. There's a feeling of like, stop to smell the roses, but it's maybe more of a feeling of like, when you stop to smell the roses, you actually stop and you realize that it wasn't a rose after all, and like the smell is very apparent to you, but because you had been like circling the rose trying to see if it was like a real or a fake, like that air was like pushing things around, creating more confusion, or just like not making sense. Even that expression, it's like words upon words upon words, but actually it's the same thing over and over. Yeah, there's a feeling of like, let the dust settle so you can see it more objectively. Again, I want to reiterate, whether that be yourself or others. It's like, okay, where have I come to? And I think then it's like you get to the place of like, oh yeah, that's that thing, like that, all those like things I was trying to weave, and maybe getting caught up in like, okay, how do I like place myself now? Like, where are the free, like where are the places of truth that I have left? Like, how do I weave around my lie kind of feeling? Whether this be you again or someone else, there's a feeling of like, or like trying to understand all of the placements. There's a feeling of like, when you stop, you realize you actually don't really want to be a part of any of that, and you start and create a whole new place of like truth and peace from the acknowledgement and the clarity outside of that being shone on that. Like, okay, that's that. Now let's have the rest be somewhere not even like entailing that part. But I want to note particularly because of the acknowledgement of that. Yeah. And then it's like, when that has been decided, there's a sense of like, for whatever is involved in this, if like there's a predominance on, is all of that really understood and let go of, and then also of like, yeah, like how let go of that is by everyone involved. I feel like that's the simple message. I feel something crawling on me. That feels like a message here. Yeah, it flew off when I stopped trying to find it, then it flew off on its own and I was able to see it. Yeah, seeing things for what they are. It's a female blackbird. I'm not a threat. But you know what, actually, maybe I am, and I don't know what a threat to them is. So there's like a separation I'm having between the part of me that felt more tied to them, and then the part of me that has more of an objective standpoint of what's going on, which feels very relevant here. It's just another feeling of like, take a step back and like unwind yourself from the stuff so you can really see what that stuff is. I think that might be, if you're reading, the cat has come back round. There are two of the same kind though, and I have not... Oh, this might be a different one. I have not known the difference yet. Okay, do I leave your reading there? I can't throw this into the field. I don't know where to put it actually. I don't think I'll use it for anything. Is that relevant? Like, I'm not just forgetting about it, but I'm also definitely not going to use it. I'm going to like intentionally place it in, I'm going to say, a bin of sorts. Okay. Namaste. I love you very much. And also now I'm thinking, it's like, I don't know, I just saw this as a snake then, like a real snake birthing, or like, I don't know, something came out of this in my mind, and I think it was a snake. Take that if you want. Okay, bye bye. I love you.